Good morning students, welcome to lecture 3 of database management system. So myself P. Shilpa Chaitanya, working as assistant professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering from Vignan's Nirula Institute of Technology and Science for Women. So today let us learn about database management system architecture. Let us see the database management system architecture in this video. Yes. Coming to the architecture, we have two types of architecture, students. One is logical database management system architecture. The another one is physical database management system architecture. When you talk about logical database management system architecture, we will deal with how data is stored and how it is presented to the users. Clear? Then talking about the physical database architecture, it is concerned with the software components which we are using that make up your database management system work. Okay, so let us see the database management system structure. Yes, so when you are talking about this architecture, it mainly consists of first the users who are using your database. The users using the database are general users, application users, querying users, and database administrator. As you know, who is the database administrator? Database administrator is nothing but who maintains your database, who actually asks your end user what type of data you need and what type of formats you need, and all those things will be maintained, and the whole the database will be maintained by the database administrator. Clear? And the next one is querying users. So to retrieve your data, we need a query. We query the database to get the data. Then application users will use the system calls to retrieve your data. And the general users who uses the database by using the application programs. By an application, they will retrieve the data. Clear? So general users use application programs. Application programmers use system calls. Querying, direct query. DBA, they will use database schema. So while coming to the internal structure, what's there in this architecture, let us see. So let us see one by one. First one is DML pre-compiler. So the application programmer will give a system calls to retrieve your data. It will come to DML pre-compiler. What does this DML pre-compiler will do? DML means data manipulation language. So first you want to know what is DDL and what is DML. DDL means the set of commands required to define the format of data. DDL, data definition language, which will define the format of your data. DML means the set of commands which are used to modify or process your data. Clear? So DML pre-compiler, what does DML pre-compiler will do? It will convert your DML language statements embedded in an application program which you are giving to the normal procedure calls into the host language, the language which the data host will know. So it will convert it into the host language, and it interacts with the query processor in order to generate the appropriate code. So what does DML pre-compiler will do? DML pre-compiler will converts the DML statements which you are giving, and that will be embedded into the normal procedure which the host language will use. Clear? Clear, students? So it is easy to interact with the query processor to get you the result. Then talking about DDL compiler, data definition language compiler. What it do? It will convert the DDL statements into the tables containing metadata, data about data in the form of tables. Okay. So whatever the schema that is given by the DBA will be compiled by the DDL compiler. So it will convert the statements into the tables, and by using the data dictionary which is there in the database law, wherever we are having database, we will get the data from the database in the form of data dictionary which is stored in the data dictionary. in a system catalog, isn't it? So whatever that is given by whatever the schema that is given by the database administrator will be taken by the DDL compiler and it will be stored in your database. Clear? Then talking about query processor. Query processor duty is to process your query, isn't it? So it will be done in the two formats. One is parsing your query and another one is query optimizer. By using query optimizer and parser, it will optimize your query and it will give you the result and it fetches the data from the database. Clear? Then talking about database manager. What does the database manager will do? So what does the file manager duty? File manager duty is to store the data in the form of files which we have. Clear? In the same way, database manager is also low level data and application program or query data, whatever data it is. It enforces the constraints what are there that are specified by the user. That will be taken and as well as it will provide the security to your data, and for the current access it will provide the data security. Clear? It also performs backup and recovery. So it provides security, recovery operations and perform backup. All those things will be maintained by the database manager. Then talking about database manager components. What are the database manager components that we have? So what does the database manager will do? We will see. First one is authorization control. So in the authorization control, the user checks for the authorization, whether to carry the required function or not. So the first component of database manager is authorization control. It will check the user has necessary authorization or not. Clear? Then talking about command processor, it will convert the commands of logical sequence of steps. So whatever the commands we will give, the command processor will convert into the sequence of steps which are logically what the data stored. Clear? Then talking about integrity checker, means it checks the operation satisfies all the necessary integrity constraints. As we seen in our previous lecture, what is integrity? Integrity means in the specific format we need the data. We need the roll number in the 6-digit number. We need a phone number in the 10-digit number, isn't it? So that constraints are satisfied or not will be checked by the integrity checker. Then talking about query optimizer. So it will examine the query language and statements to do the best, and also it factors the CPU time, whether the query satisfies the CPU time. It will not waste the disk time and also network time by sorting the methods. So it will optimize your query to become less compatible. Clear? Next, talking about transaction manager. Here transaction manager is used to authorize your concurrent transactions. What are the if you are performing any transactions on your data, the transaction manager duty is to maintain the concurrent transactions of your data. Scheduler is used to control the relative order in which the transaction operations are executed. Then recovery manager. Recovery manager used to ensure the database remain in consistent state to present the failures. Recovery manager, if any recoveries occur, the log-based recovery techniques will be used to recover the data from the database. So if any failures, any hardware failures or software failures occur, this recovery manager able to recover your data from the database. Then buffer manager. Buffer manager is also responsible to transfer the data between the main memory and the secondary memory. Clear? Clear, students? So this is about the database management system architecture. So with this we have completed our first unit course. So we will get into the second unit in our next video. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you.